When I came into motherhood, I was like, whoa, like everyone lied. Like no one is telling the truth about what really goes down in motherhood. Like this is crazy because then you're walking in blindsided. Like you already don't have an instruction manual for your kids anyway. And then to like walk into actual motherhood, not just being a mom, but like the whole thing as a whole is yourself. Like no one was talking about it. And I was like, am I just crazy? Am I just overthinking it? Is it just really hard for me because I'm not good at it? Like you start questioning yourself internally. And I think the first video where I actually spoke about like what I was going through and what it felt like for me and had the response of like, no, like I feel like that too. Like, oh my gosh, I feel like that too. And I'm like, okay, like that's literally why I started because I was like, bro, am I alone? Like, am I crazy?
To see that community, I can imagine.
Like it's wild. Like motherhood, especially when you're a single mom, is so solo. Like everything is by myself. I make all the decisions by myself, and like reaching out to people and speaking about these things invites opinions. And luckily I'm on the right side of TikTok, so I haven't got much hate yet. But like it makes people like say, oh, like no, you should try this, or like you should do that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that. So I think that's probably why I started it.
3, 2, 1. Hello, hello, hello.
We're back.
We're back. Welcome back to another episode of the Jeoffrey Sarpong podcast. I'm back with Nia. Nia, how are you?
I'm okay, you know, a little tired. I'm good.
So am I, but you know, we're gonna
We
move. And I remember the last time the conversation we had was so heartwarming. I had so many good like responses. People like messaging me, saying how like proud of like just the conversation that we had and how like, you know, a lot of people are like us, you know, they've not experienced these before, and so like your articulation and the way you kind of delivered it was amazing. So
thank you.
I'm so happy you're doing this again.
I'm grateful that you had me back.
Thank you so much. So the last time we spoke about the beauty of motherhood and how, you know, the joys and how people misunderstand it a lot of times. But that's not all the other sides of it. Like I wanted to reach out for you today to speak about the realities of motherhood. I know that's something that you talk about on your platform. So like your platform is amazing. First, I'll say I said it before, I'll say it again.
Thank you.
I'm going to give you your flowers now,
Stop.
so please humbly accept it. But the platform that you have on TikTok, when I think, you know, as it goes to grow, you're going to have more places. But the platform you have on TikTok where you speak about motherhood and you kind of show the realities of it, the joys, but also like the other side of it and the kind of like the highlighting you put on issues, like very important issues, is amazing. Like I was having a look at it and I've seen the comments, just the vulnerability and the kind of like the shared relatability that you have with your followers. Like, you know, it's amazing. It's really genuinely honest. Like I was touched. I was really
No, I get touched myself. It still blows me away that like people want to share their stories with me. I'm like just little old me, like I feel like a therapist.
Let's start there. Talk to me about that. What has that been like, that journey of sharing your opinion online, sharing your story online and getting that feedback? What has that been like for you?
It's surreal. I think motherhood is such an isolating like thing, and you feel like you're in your own bubble and no one will understand you. And I think just by doing that step of like speaking it out loud and actually like saying the words, I just feel like it opens up so many conversations that we all want to have. And I just take it as like the mums that are commenting are the mums that need to talk, that want to talk, and I'm just here to listen because I've felt like that. Like I've been watching people's TikToks and been like, oh, I really want to say something because I'm going through that, but like I just didn't have the heart to do it. So I'm just grateful that all those mums like actually want to speak to me and share their story with other people, so that like we can all feel like we understand each other, like there's an understanding, you know? So I'm just grateful. That's literally the only one. I'm just grateful, like
100%. What are some of like because I can imagine like you talked about like the interactions obviously in the comments, but also like people reaching out to you. Or some of like the heartfelt, like memorable moments that you had that made you think, wow, like this is actually like insane.
Yeah, do you know what? I think I had a young mum message me and she was like, I'm literally just become a single mum, like I don't know like how to do it, how do you do it? And I'm like, just don't think about it. Like that's always the advice I give. Like just don't think about it too much because then you'll stop and you'll crumble. Like just keep going and just remember like you have a bigger cause. Like it's for our kids. Like I think whenever people message me sharing their own experience and asking me like, how are you doing it? And I'm like, babe, I'm barely doing it myself. Like I'm struggling. I have my moments. Like I'm a 22-year-old female. Like I have my own problems. I have my own stresses. But I'm just grateful that people actually want to like come and speak to me about it. I'm like, oh.
No, it's super cool. Like honestly, like I'm super proud of you doing it. I'm super like you know proud of just you seeing the development of the page. You know, I think the last time we spoke,
it's so different.
We spoke about it too. Like, you know, the idea you had for it, and it's kind of like blossomed. But I wanted to know what made you start in the first place. We didn't talk about it before, but what made you start in the first place? What gave you the inspiration to be like, actually, I want to do that?
I think a mixture of things. I think one, like when I came into motherhood, I was like, whoa, like everyone lied. Like no one is telling the truth about what really goes down in motherhood. Like this is crazy because then you're walking in blindsided. Like you already don't have an instruction manual for your kids anyway. And then to like walk into actual motherhood, not just being a mom, but like the whole thing as a whole is yourself. Like no one was talking about it. And I was like, am I just crazy? Am I just overthinking it? Is it just really hard for me because I'm not good at it? Like you start questioning yourself internally. And I think the first video where I actually spoke about like what I was going through and what it felt like for me, and had the response of like, no, like I feel like that too. Like, oh my gosh, I feel like that too. And I'm like, okay, like that's literally why I started, because I was like, bro, am I alone? Like, am I crazy?
To see that community, I can imagine.
Like it's wild. Like motherhood, especially when you're a single mom, is so solo. Like everything is by myself. I make all the decisions by myself, and like reaching out to people and speaking about these things invites opinions. And luckily I'm on the right side of TikTok, so I haven't got much hate yet. But like it makes people like say, oh, like, no, you should try this, or like you should do that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that. So I think that's probably why I started it.
Yeah, no, I think it's like, and it's so cool to see like the evolution of it too. Just like, not just obviously the content that you do, but we also do the modeling, and like to see that you've been able to, obviously you do the modeling with Aria, to see that you've been able to kind of balance both motherhood and like chasing that dream and that goal, and being in front of the camera, and like you know, like, you know, presenting yourself like that, you know, like talk to me about how that's been for you. What's that journey been like, you know?
It's been amazing. I think Aria started modeling when she was 4 months old, and the reason why I started her in modeling was because I just had no reason to leave the house. Like I wasn't going anywhere, I wasn't doing anything, and I wasn't meeting anyone, and I'm a very socially awkward person as it is. I get very shy in like social settings, so I was like, let me just put her into modeling. It'll be great. Like she gets money in her savings, like that's great, because as a mom you want to make sure they're good, and like it's just fun. And then we started doing it, and they were like, oh, like can you get in some of the shoots? Can you get in some of the photos? And then they were like, you guys should like do it together. And then we started getting booked more together, and I was like, oh my god, me and my babes, like let's go. Like that's my favorite scene partner, my babe. Like I just loved it, and I loved doing it with her, and she felt way more comfortable with me being there, because obviously it's like a new environment. And it just meant that we got to spend more time together. We both got to make money, like individually, because obviously get paid separately, and then we met so many mums. I've met so many mums, and I still message them to this day, like just so many mums, and that's how we started. And it's hard to juggle sometimes, because obviously sometimes I'll get booked or she'll get booked, and like we have to be in different places or like things like that. But I have a village, and I'm very grateful that I can like call one of them up and be like, do you mind just holding on to her for a second? But it's always been a dream of mine from when I was younger to like go into that like side of things, and I just never had the courage to do it. And then I had my daughter, and I was like, no, I have to do it. I actually have to do it, because it's like the perfect avenue to like do it with her, and like she gets to shine and I get my moment. But like it's just
no, I feel like also like just being able to do it with your daughter also is almost like, I think I was thinking about this also, it's almost like a way to rewrite the story, rewrite your own story. Like you mentioned how you wanted to do it before, but now you have the courage to do it, and now you get to do it with like your daughter, like, you know,
we get so many memories like back. Like you keep all the photos, and you just watch her grow up, and like you see us change. Like you see the photos when we first started modeling, like you can see I was deep in postpartum depression. Like you can just see it in my hair, in my face, like everything. And then when you see the shoots now, you're like, oh my gosh, you guys are growing up. Guys are glowing.
Yeah,
like,
100%. They're glowing. Like the two of you together, just seeing the smiles.
It's crazy.
It's beautiful, honestly. Like that's and I think you mentioned too, like to go from like the postpartum depression to like those things must have been a crazy journey. Talk to me a bit about that too. What's that felt like for you? You know, like obviously like going from like some of the lowest points in your life to now being in front of the camera and being seen, having to smile and pose. You know, it's like, how difficult is it to balance that? Like, you know, obviously you made that progression, so it may be easy, but still, how difficult, because you still have your moments, as we all do. How difficult is it to have that be front facing in front of the camera, while still, you know, stuff behind the scenes that's going on, you're trying to balance?
Do you know what it is? I make sure I keep my content as real and vulnerable as I can, so I will never post, like, happy things while I'm feeling sad. Do you know what I mean? Like I'll sit down and I'll speak about like wherever I need to speak about, and if not, I just won't post, because I just need to go through what I'm going through, deal with it, and then come back. And I think going in front of cameras and having to smile and stuff, like it's not a front that I put on. It's more like, oh my god, like this is really fun. Like let me actually just be in the moment. Like let me actually enjoy what I'm doing, and let me not be in my head as much today about it. So the reason like I'll smile on camera even if there's stuff going on is because I'm actually enjoying like where I'm at. Like I'm actually enjoying what I'm doing. But I'll never like force a fake smile. Like I just won't.
I think that's so important. I think you can tell too that you're genuine on camera. Like, you know, anyone who sees your content, and guys, make sure you follow the content before it blows up and there's no one.
Getting out.
And she's like, nah, I can't even. But no, 100%, because it's like you can see like genuine, you can see the realness come through, because obviously you're speaking about such real topics too, but you're also presenting it in a way which makes it palatable for mothers, because you're such a relatable character. Because you're yourself, they can handle these topics. Like, oh, she's exactly like me.
Yeah.
What's that been like finding people in your community who like relate to you as a person too?
Yeah.
Has that been like has that helped you in your own kind of like, oh my God, like I can actually be myself online?
Yeah, 100%. I think when I first started posting, I was posting what I thought people wanted to see. And now I post like what I feel like I want to show. Like it's almost like a story. Like I post my TikToks as like a story. Like you're just seeing like Aria grow up and you're watching me come into myself after postpartum depression. Like it's not just posting content anymore. It's like, this is how it can be. Like I know you're in the trenches right now, but like I'm a year out, I'm a year and a half out. Like you're gonna get there. Like it's okay.
Aspiration.
Yeah, like that's what I hope it to be. And I think the community just make it even better. Like so many amazing moms, and they all have TikToks as well. So like go check them out as well, because they're amazing. Like I've met some fantastic women that speak about like real things. Like yeah, it's amazing.
That's amazing, honestly. Okay, so I want to get into kind of like what we spoke about. Like I want this top conversation to be about the realities of motherhood. So talk to me about the like single motherhood. What is that like? You know, like I wanted to, because obviously you hear the conversation around it online, and it's never, like we spoke about before, it's never really real. It's like everyone's always trying to just say what they think, you know, like maybe what they think is going to get clicks or whatever, you know.
Which is fair. You got to get that money, but like,
but like
need some real things.
Exactly, there's mothers out there who want realness, because they actually need, you know, to know what the hell's going on, what they want to do. So talk to me what single motherhood is like behind the surface. What is like for you? What has your experience been like?
It's hard. I'm gonna be so real. It's hard. I think there are some pros, of course, like as to doing it by yourself or not. It depends on your situation, obviously. Like my circumstances, being a single mom was 100% healthier and better for both me and my daughter, and I will never regret that decision to do that. But I think single motherhood, as much as I can try and show you the positives of it, is very hard. Like it's just me, and I'm a very patient person. And then I had my daughter, and I had a toddler. Ooh, and she tests me every single day. Okay, like she tests me at the moment. But you're the only one that gets overstimulated. All the decisions fall on you. All the bills fall on you. You have to you have mum guilt, but you don't have time to be guilty about the things that you're not doing because you're constantly doing something else. Like there's no one to hand it off to. Like I can't be like, here, go make her breakfast this morning, let me sleep in. Or here, go put her to bed so I can have 10 minutes. Like it's me all the time around the clock. And it's not easy. It's definitely not easy. But I love my daughter, but we're so close. Like we're just so close. And I think I don't know if there was, her dad was in the picture or anything like that. I don't know if that would change our dynamic, but we are so close because it's just us two 24/7. Like we are always together. The girl comes into the toilet with me and hands me toilet paper. Do you know what I mean? Like we're just that close. But it's hard. I would be lying if I said it was all sunshine and roses for sure.
Yeah, like you mentioned about just like the fact that you make all the decisions yourself too.
Yeah.
I can imagine also as a first mother too. Like there's all these questions you have for yourself. You know, like how do you navigate that? Like, because I also want to give people an understanding, obviously in the realities of how you can navigate that. So when you do have those moments where you're like, Mark, it's just me, like what conversation are you having in your head to kind of like get yourself to like...
I don't know. I usually just like, I'll get overwhelmed, I'll get a bit upset, and then I'm like, well, you gotta do it anyway. Like that's literally how it goes. Like, and it's only through therapy that I've like allowed myself to feel the first part, because before I'd be like, no, you need to keep going. Like you need to keep going. Then I would just crash and I would just burn out at the end of it. But I think when it comes to making decisions, like I know in my heart, my intent is always to have my daughter's best interest at heart. Like just always, like anything that helps her and helps her grow or develop or anything like that, that is the point of every decision I make. So I try to make sure that it's all centered around her, and then obviously my needs and stuff come second to that. And I will always stand by that decision-making process. Like just, does it help them? Yes or no? And then go to yourself after that. So I think you just got to take time and just process like whatever the decision is. You just got to take time. Just give yourself grace.
So is that first part almost like feeling the feelings of it? Like if you're feeling overwhelmed, allow yourself in that small moment to let yourself feel overwhelmed, 100%. And then you can actually deal with the decision that comes afterwards and what you need to do.
Yeah, definitely. I think taking 5 minutes, like putting them in a safe space. I think all mums always say this, like if you're overwhelmed, because it gets to a point where you're literally like, I'm gonna like scream. Like that's literally how you feel, and that's how things like shaken baby syndrome and stuff happen. Is because you're so overwhelmed, you're just like, just stop. Like the safest thing to do is to put them somewhere safe. Go outside, take 5 minutes. Obviously, not if you like don't have a balcony. Like don't leave the house. Like if you have a balcony, just go into the balcony, take 5 minutes, breathe, and then come back and reassess the situation, because it is so easy to get overstimulated like that. Like I could be sitting here fine. If she was awake right now and she came and just started touching me and yelling and crying, I literally would be overwhelmed in like seconds.
Yeah, because there's all that attention on you. Because I can imagine, and like there is that aspect of, I think we spoke about it last time, the aspect of like your mother now. It's like that's your first identity before 100%. Anything else. Before you even near your mother. So like when there's human beings in the room, your first identity is almost like doesn't matter. Yeah, exactly.
Like, I forget that I'm Nia sometimes. Yeah. I really do. I forget who that is. I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, we know who it is.
I feel like I know who she is. Like I really know who she is right now.
I know exactly what you mean. And it's like finding that balance is so important too, right? Because like in order for you to even be your vibrant self, you need to understand who Nia is. You need to understand who you are.
And you change. Like everything changes when you have a baby. Like everything, your mind, your soul, like what you prioritize in your life and what you view as important and not important. And I think you have to relearn yourself, but also have to like raise a human. You're raising yourself, because I'm still a young mom, so like it's a juggle. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have my moments.
I think also like with the aspect of just, you used to mention about you and her, you and Aria, like there's that kind of like isolation with it too. Yeah. Do you ever feel, because I've seen some mothers talk about like loneliness and like how there is like a deep loneliness they have, because the fact that obviously you have to isolate yourself, focus just on her, but also if it's just you and her, you know, do you feel that loneliness sometimes?
100%. I think loneliness is probably the number one word I would say if like about single motherhood. And I think motherhood as well. Like I don't want to just subject it to just single mums, because I think all mums feel a level of isolation. But I think when you're a single mum, like that is another kind of loneliness that you just can never describe. Like I speak to a 1-year-old all day. She barely speaks. Like she tries, but like she barely speaks.
It's not like back and forth conversation.
Like it's not like stimulating. Like this to me is like enjoyable. Like I love spending time with her. I love talking to her. But it's a different with an adult, you know. But I think the loneliness, like it usually hits. She goes to bed at 7:30. So by 7:30, like it just clicks in, and I'm like, okay, like I'm just gonna sit here, do the same thing I do every day, like watch a show maybe, like, and I'll call my friends and be like, hey guys, you wanna come around? Like literally, I was like, her godmother is always here, because I'm just like, please, like, just come here. Like,
some like adult.
I'm like, come sleep over, come sleep. But no, it's lonely. It is lonely. I think just speaking about it and making sure that your village are aware of how you feel, because I've become very vocal about that. Like, like if I'm having a tough time, like I'll call my cousin, I'll call my friend, I'll call my mum, and I'll be like, I'm just so lonely right now. My mum will be like, let's go out. She'll be like, come pick you up, let's go drive somewhere. And it's important. Like, you need your village to help you through that. Like, it's not, loneliness is not something you can break yourself, unfortunately. You just have to get used to being by yourself and like saying in that. It's a hard one to get used to, for sure.
I remember last time you spoke about the importance of the village, and I think that's so true. Like, even me, remember when I was a kid too, like, obviously I remember my mum, but I remember everyone else around them. Everyone else, like the next door neighbor who, like, you know, because I was raised in Ghana, when I go back to Ghana, they remember me, and I'm like, I have no idea who you are.
Yeah, but I feel it. Like, love that.
Exactly, you know, and like, and then it's like, I think I remember when I was a kid, it was probably that where like my mom would like, here, take him for like a minute or like a day, 100%. And then I was like in their house like the whole day, just chilling, and I had no idea what this girl, but it's part of that village, you know, it's part of that kind of community that she created around herself.
I now get it, like, you know, when you're younger and you see your mum always with their friends, and like, you're always with their friends' kids, or like you always see them on the phone talking to their friend, like that is so important. Like I now understand why she was always on the phone to her friend. I am always on the phone to one of my friends, unless they're working, then there's just snakes for that. But like, but yeah, I'm always on the phone to someone. So like, it's important. Villages are so important. It makes me so sad that so many women don't have a village, because you need it. Like it's not even, it's mandatory. Truly.
Let's talk about that then. What are some of the like practical and emotional supports that you wish young mothers had? You know, you've been through it too, so you kind of understand what it's like on the other side. But now you've kind of come out of it. What were some of the things that you thought you wished that, like, I don't know, as a society or maybe as like a, you know, group of like, you know, communities we had in place to support young mothers?
I feel like more groups, like more group, I don't know, therapies or group talks, like more, I don't know, like we can be each other's villages. Like, yes, we're all struggling. Yes, we all have different age kids, and like it's tough at like different stages. But I think if we came together more and we spoke more honestly, like loads of women are so scared to speak honestly about their experience and how they feel towards motherhood because they don't want to be seen as ungrateful and they don't want to be seen as, you know, like complaining or whining. Like, you chose to have a kid, like that was your choice, like why are you complaining? But it's like we choose to have a job, it still fucking gets irritating. Also, I saw, but like it still gets irritated. Like, you still complain about your job. Yeah, you love getting paid, but you still complain about your job. And it's the same thing. Being a mum is a thankless job. Not that you need the thanks, but like it's a thankless job and you're just working 24/7. So I feel like we need more outreaches, we need more events, we need more everything, because I think single mums and young mums, like, you just feel so alone in this world. Like, you just feel like you're the only one that's going through it, and like everyone's gonna judge you because you had a kid young. It's like the amount of times I go into doctor's appointments and they're like, they talk to my mum instead of talking to me about my kid, and I'm like, no, I'm here. Hi.
Like, I look after
right
this kid all the time. What are you talking
literally,
about?
like, they'll just start talking to my mum and I'm like, no. Like, I feel like it goes beyond just like us. I think so many people view young mums as like, well, you guys chose to have kids young, so like, it's crazy.
No, you're 100% right. I think also you mentioned about just like the groups, like the social, I guess I'll call it like real life social networks.
Yeah.
Because like I feel like we used to have that when we had less.
Yeah, we always had like group things. We were always out with other people's kids. Like, I made friends with people I didn't even know who they were. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, stranger danger wasn't a thing back then, but it's a thing now. I think I would love to host events and like bring people together because I think it's so important. Like, you need it. You need a reason to leave the house.
Honestly, I think it's that kind of, they talk about community. Like, we need communities. Obviously, as social creatures, we're evolved in communities, and like we see it kind of show up in these kind of moments. Whereas like these things that we've done all the time, like have mothers and like, you know, how they kind of, you know, were supported in their community and how we help them through it, because raising a child is the most important thing as a society. Crazy, like bottom line, we don't do that. We don't exist as a society.
100%. You have to keep nourishing the new generations come up so they can do it.
The people that do so is like paramount, you know. And I think, you know, we kind of lose that now because we're just focused on so many other stuff. You know?
I definitely think so. I think since social media like rose and everything, I feel like my daughter will never go and like knock on her neighbor's door to go play, or like they won't go. I would never like let her go play in a park by herself. I just wouldn't in this world. Absolutely not. Like, it just wouldn't. So I think the times have changed, and obviously we've changed with them. But that means that mums are being left behind within that. And I think as a society we don't acknowledge the level of like strain and everything that mums have on them, and why we need to have our community so much more now than ever. I think. Like, we just get a little bit lost in the kerfuff.
A whole lot of kerfuff.
Literally a whole lot of kerfuff. They're just like, they're raising kids, like, they're at home so they're fine. Like, no. No.
You need them outside.
Save me. Save me. No, honestly, I think it's important. I don't know why we don't have it now, because there's so much social media. I can literally send an invite to an event tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't have an event to send it to, but if I did, I would.
But no, it's like, I think it's the aspect of like, I think, the trust almost, like you said, like sending your kid outside to the park. When I was a kid, my mom would do that all the time. She would like leave me outside.
I didn't even see her. I don't know where
she was. I was like, Mom, like,
do you care?
Exactly.
I run back in just to be
it's
like,
been hours. I could have been gone.
I could have been
didn't
dead.
even check. You just look out the window. I said that.
I see his head, like,
you know. But it's like there was a trust in the. No one's gonna do anything to him. No, he's in a community. It's like he's with his friends.
Someone's mum's watching.
Exactly.
I don't know who.
I don't know who is.
Someone's mum's watching.
You know, they have to. You know? But we've kind of lost, and I think you're right. We need to find a way to bring that back.
100%.
It's so important. You mentioned also about like just being at the, like, you know, the doctors or the GP and then them talking to your mum, like the kind of the respect we have, or like the view, where we view young mothers.
So bad.
Talk to me a little bit more about that. What's that been like for you?
Do you know what? I think since I've been more on social media, like recently, my feed is now filling up with like single mums and young mums sharing their stories, and every single time I go into those comments of those videos, it's like disgusting. Genuinely, that's the only word I can think of, like disgusting. Like, you have, and it's not just men, it is men and women, obviously strongly on the men's side, sorry about that, but it is men and women, and you'll just see comments like, well, you chose to have a kid, well, you laid down with him, well, you should have thought about this beforehand. And it's like, do you think that we can see into the future? Do you think we knew that this was going to happen? Because I promise 99% of single mums or young mums didn't think that they were going to be single mums by the end of the, like, they didn't. Like, I just know we didn't. I know I didn't, but that's just how it happened. And I think the view that society has on young mums is like, you're irresponsible, you made this big decision as a child. Like, all of these things, and I don't think people really understand that when you have a kid, like your maturity speeds up like 10 times. Like you just have to grow up because you're raising a kid, and not everyone grows up. Not everyone naturally steps into that role of motherhood because of so many different reasons. But I think society's so tough on us. Like you cannot do right. Like you're a single mom, you're doing the role of two people. They're like, why did you have a kid? Why like what did you do wrong? Like that's always what I see. What did you do wrong? And it's always like blame put onto the mum rather than the parent that isn't there. Do you know what I mean? And I think when the roles are reversed and you see dads that like step up and they're single dads and it's like, oh my God, wow, you're doing amazing. Like, good job.
Meanwhile, you just do one ball
Literally,
like 1 day a week.
Like, what? It's crazy. Like, I hear it. Love praising single dads that like are doing the whole thing. Love that for you guys. But give the same love back to single mums because how is it my fault? Like, truly.
Absolutely.
And some people's situations, like it is fault, blame. You can do all of that all day. But I know for my situation, it 100% wasn't my fault. It just wasn't my fault. And I think there's just so much hate out there for people that actually like are doing it. Like we're actually actively raising human beings. Like not many people understand what that takes or what that feels like. And the lack of grace that women have around single motherhood or being young mums is so disgusting. Like truly, it makes me sick.
No, you should, because there's also the lack of compassion too. Like just
compassion.
Basic human compassion. It's not even just about like, do you agree with their decisions or not? Like you don't know the story. So how can you even make out of a judgment on that?
Literally.
But it's like the kind of human compassion for someone going through it and your reaction to be like, it was your fault.
That
like,
is the number one comment I see.
You know what I mean? Like how does that in your mind like register like that's okay to say, you know?
I know. And even before I was a mum, I never understood people blaming the mum for being a single mum. Like she stood up and she did what she needed to do. Like she's doing it. She's actually raising a human being by herself. So how can we bash her for that? Then we're telling her it's her fault because he left. Like why? How did we get here?
How does
like,
that make sense?
Aren't we all grown? Like then we all make decisions. Like I don't understand it. But obviously everyone's situations are different. And I'm sure there's a bunch of stories out there where like the single mum actively chose to like trap someone and a guy's trapped a girl. Like that all happens. But like not everyone's situation is that. And most of the time it's not even that. Like we usually as women take ourselves away if we feel like it's not beneficial for our kids. We don't even think about ourselves or how we feel about that person. Like I'm thinking always about my kid, and to make that decision at 20 years old to raise her by myself, I would do it again because that was the right decision and I stand by that. 10 toes down. I stand by that.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%. And I think it's so like, first it was amazing that you did that. Like, but it also like, and you continue doing it. It's not even like you did, you continue to do it.
Yeah.
But also I think we should have more of a, that's why I wanted to have the topic because we should have more of a understanding and compassion
100%
for especially young mothers, because there is a like if you just like zoom out, first off, if you zoom out, most of our mothers were young mothers. And I know for my mum it was very similar. Like there wasn't no like it was like, okay, cool, this is what you're supposed to do. We're gonna help you.
Here's your village. We got you. Like that's not a thing now. You have a kid at 20 and 20 is not even a teenager, but like you're still considered like young, like a young mum, and you just get slandered for it. I see so many women get slandered in their comments for it. I'm like, how is it their fault that like they're trying, like they're actually doing it?
Absolutely.
Like, it's crazy.
Yeah,
but
like I remember because I always speak to my mum, like, you know, about stuff like this. Shout out mum.
Shout out mumsy.
Shout out mumsy. I remember speaking to her, and I think one of the things she also spoke about was like when she was younger, like when she had a kid at that young age, what she had to do was come to terms with like the idea of motherhood that she had in her head,
100%.
and just like how that wasn't the reality. Like the reality was this, and like those two things couldn't both exist. And so like letting go of that perfect, everything's fine and this, and dealing with the reality was like, you know, there was kind of a grieving process there. What was that like? Do you relate to that? What was that? Did you have to grieve that idea of motherhood that you had in your head?
100%. I think the moment I had a C-section, like that's when I started grieving because I was like, this isn't going how I thought it was going to go. Like this is I don't know what's going on. And I think every little girl, like if you're one of the people that dream of being a mum when you're older, or you just imagine your life with kids, you have this vision based on like what you see, movies, films, like you in social media and everything like that. Like you see a depiction, is that the word? Like a depiction of what motherhood should look like, and they're all happy and they're smiling, they've got like 5 million kids and they're just like baking fresh, like Nara Smith, you know, like you just envision it's just gonna breeze into it, and it's like, that's not true. That is the rudest awakening I had was like, no, this shit is not like that. Like this shit is not like that. It's not like the movies. And you grieve it, especially I think being a single mum and coming to terms with that. and having to grieve that my daughter won't have the foundation that I wanted her to have, or to have a better start off than like I did, because I was raised by a single mom. My mom didn't want that for me. I didn't want that for me, and I didn't want that for my kid. And I think grieving that whole idea, it's hard. That's not something easy. You grieve so much when you have a baby. You grieve your past life. You grieve what you're going through right now. Like you're constantly grieving different things and having to let go and constantly adapt and change and like shed layers each time. It's a hard thing. You're constantly adjusting all the time, but you just have to keep going.
That's such a fascinating point too you make about shedding layers too, because I can imagine too, like, because it's such a duality of your kid growing up, but you watching that kid growing up, meaning, like you mentioned before, you having to grow up to fill that supposed role that you think that you need to feel, like, you know, be that, and I want to talk about this later too, like be that like kind of grown up, but you're also kind of, you're growing up, you know, so it's like
100%,
you know, so like there's a lot of like kind of like letting go of a lot of stuff that a lot of stuff that you thought maybe I'll have enough time to get, but even that's just like thing in your head.
It's a lot.
You know, it's like
a lot.
At the end of the day, you have to come back to reality and be like, wait, there's this kid out here that I need to feed.
Yeah, like I need to feed her. Like I'll be sitting here like, oh my God, I remember when I used to do this before I had a kid, and I'm like, okay, all right, let's go, dinner time. Like, do you know what I mean? I feel like you do shed so many layers. Like the mum I was when I first had her is not the mum that I am now. The mum I was when she was 6 months old, not the mum that I am now, or the mum I was before. Like you're constantly having to readjust all the time to like accommodate the child that you now have, and every month they change. So every month you're changing to adjust to them. Like it's constant like self-reflecting, having to look back at yourself and be like, okay, what did I do wrong? Like how should I handle that? Like when I get overwhelmed and I'm like, oh, Aria, I'm like, no, like stop, because she's actually can't speak. Like she actually is just trying to like,
what, man?
Like literally,
what do do,
sometimes she'll look
just
at me and she'll be like, mommy, and I'm like, go, like me too. Like, do you know what I mean? Like we're both just girls out here, it's fine. Like, but you do have to grow up with them, but also remember that you're a mom. Like sometimes I forget I'm not a big sister. Like I have to be like, no, like I'm teaching you these things. Like I'm teaching myself these things. So I still call my mom. I'm still like, mommy, help me.
Mommy, speak to her for me.
No, literally, I'm like, I'm gonna tell your nan. And she's like, so no, I feel like you grow with them, but you also have to grow faster than them.
Absolutely, I understand.
It's crazy.
Absolutely,
We're just constantly juggling everything all the time.
You mentioned the relationship you have with your mum, like, you know, balancing that. Like, I think I'm fascinated by, especially in like, you know, black families, you know, like the generational narratives.
Yeah.
You know, I can definitely see kind of like, even for me, you know, even though I'm not a father yet, so but it's like there's
soon, Mumsy.
Don't do that. She's gonna start on my case now. But no, there's definitely like a narrative that she carries on because of her experience, that she will speak to me in a certain type of way. Like, oh, definitely gotta do this. Make sure you do this.
100%.
What does that show up for you too? Like the generational narrative because of what happened before and what's happening now.
Yeah, I think when I got pregnant and I told my mom, her reaction is, I'm going to have to let her speak on her reaction, but I know why she felt what she felt, because she had envisioned a life better for me, and she had envisioned a life that I didn't have to struggle and go through what she went through. And I think she constantly instilled that into me from when I was a kid, which is why I was so adamant that I wasn't going to be a single mom, and I was going to find the right person and like do it the right way, and then obviously life be life and you know, things happen. But that, I think that definitely gets passed down, and I'm trying not to pass that down to Aria and put that fear into her of like, you need to have like a partner, you need to like, obviously I'll tell her it's easier to do it with a partner, but I can't guarantee that partner is going to be healthy for her. I can't guarantee that partner is going to be active. I can't guarantee anything, but I can just show her that like, this was how hard it was for me. And I think what I learned from my mum, because she had 3 and did all 3 by herself, I have 1 and that's it. Like I've learned. If I'm ever going to have another kid, which is, I would have to take some real convincing, I would have to be married, settled down, and not even married, because I don't think that's not even a guarantee, but like I'd have to be with someone that I know 100% regardless of whether or not we're together. The respect will be there, the mutual understanding will be there, like, and putting our kid first, because I think that's one of the biggest issues I have now, is that I put my kid first but the other person doesn't. So like, you can't work with that. I can't work with that. And I think Aria, I hope that she has someone that loves her and respects her enough to like do it whether or not they're together. I wasn't awarded that, but I think my mum tries to push that in me, and I think that's why she was so upset when I told her the situation and when she had to watch me go through what I went through after I had Aria. And I know it couldn't have been easy because I'm a mum now, and I would just kill everyone.
Let's not. She doesn't mean that.
Right. Cut that out. I know, honestly, if someone hurt my daughter the way
Yeah,
I got
know
hurt,
what you
I'd be
mean.
so
Yeah,
upset.
yeah.
It broke me. I don't know how she didn't break 10 times over watching what I went through.
Yeah.
So I respect her because she held it. She held it down.
Yeah, no,
Honestly.
I think it's beautiful to see that too. Like, you know, you see people flourish also, like when they have to, that kind of like generational shift that happens, you know. I think also, like, you know, I remember my grandma, like how she was with me, and my mom would tell me she was not like that when I was growing up.
Oh my God, they're different people.
They're different people. Oh,
Jeff.
so it's like you see them like completely shift when
it's crazy.
When they have that new life, boy. But you can see like that's what life was supposed to be like, you know. Like maybe she was also supposed to be like this.
Do you know what? I see why it happens though, because the way I am as an auntie is so different to how I am as a mum.
Yeah.
Like when I was an auntie and you can just give them back, like you're just so much more involved and like you can come in and out when you want to see them and like you just love seeing them, they love seeing you. But when you're a mum, it's a different kind of love. It's it's deeper, but it's like 24/7, never stops. So you never get time to miss them. I never have time to like just be without her, if that makes sense. So I think for our mums, when they become grandparents, the reason why they're so overly like different and so involved, and I feel like they're being the parents to them that they wanted to be for us, because you don't have that opportunity when you're a mum. You're just trying to survive most of the time, especially when we're raised by single mums. And I think when you have kids, you'll see your mum will be like, who is this woman?
Yeah,
like Aria will cry for something. She's like, here, take it. I'm like, you would have flicked me upside my head. What are you talking about right now? Like literally, she's like, no, but she wants it, Nia. I'm like, Mom. So I feel like they get to do it, they get to relive it. And I think because Aria looks so much like the younger version of me, my mom is just like, yes, this is perfect. This is perfect. Like, let me do everything I wanted to do.
Yeah,
so
no, 100%.
I love it. It makes her happy, and I love it.
That's actually a beautiful part about life, just the second chances that it gives people, like, you know, to be that kind of version of themselves. That's so
I know when I'm a grandparent, I'm gonna be like, yeah, guys, let's go scream
whatever
for 10
you
hours.
want, I give it to you.
Yeah, let's have a party.
And Aria's gonna be like, who is this?
You gotta keep it going.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you gotta learn how I learned.
Yeah, like you gotta keep it going 100%.
Okay, getting more deeper into the realities of motherhood.
Yes.
One of the big things you've been pushing the kind of get the attention and getting people to really start like talking about is hyperemesis.
Yes.
How do you pronounce that?
Hyperemesis.
Hyperemesis. Okay, so that's right. And so, like, first of all, like, people do check out your channel, they'll see that the video that you had on that has like completely exploded. It's got over 100k views.
I know, I think I'm famous.
Yeah, you are famous. Oh my God, paparazzi.
Paparazzi,
guys.
stop, calm down.
But I think really though, it showed just like the relatability and like how much people were waiting for someone to speak on such a topic. And so, like, speak on a little bit now. Talk to me. If someone have no idea what that is, talk to me a little bit more about what hyperemesis is and your experience of it.
No, definitely. A hyperemesis is intense and persistent amount of nausea and vomiting. So when you're pregnant, you can have morning sickness, which is like you're just a bit sickly, you know, throw up a little bit in the morning, in the evening maybe. Hyperemesis is debilitating. Like you cannot go longer than like 5-10 minutes without throwing up. Like it's just continuous. Like you have to go have IV drips and you have to take medication. There's only 5 medications that you can actually take that are pregnancy safe while you have hyperemesis, and they don't work for most people. I don't want to quote on everyone, I can't speak for everyone, but for the majority of women, you'll find that like they don't work because they haven't put enough research and funding into it. They just give you medications that might work for somebody else's treatment or other diagnosis, and they just kind of give them to you. It's horrible. I don't think there's enough words to really describe what hyperemesis feels like or what like it does to you as a person. Like you're already starting off pregnancy and motherhood on a bad step. Like you have 9 months, and that 9 months you're meant to be like preparing mentally, financially. Like you can't do any of that. Like your job, most women you'll find have either lost jobs or couldn't get into work, so they had to get sick pay instead of their full pay. Like you get hit in so many angles. Like physically, you're throwing everything up. You cannot walk. I couldn't like stand up. I would pass out. Ambulances would have to come. God. It was really bad. Like I thought I was gonna die a few times. Like I was just laying on the floor, just waiting to just be taken, because like that's how bad it was. Like your body is constantly contracting. Like, and you have a baby in there that's kicking you at the same time, and you have to feed them, but you can't feed them because you can't eat because you're throwing it up. So there's so many things, and you just get hit from every angle. Like emotionally, you already start off with anxiety, depression. Like I would be so anxious to eat anything if I smelled food. Like, well, then you feel bad because you need to eat to grow the baby, right? But you can't do it, and then you feel bad, and then you start to get depressed because you're like, is this gonna be me for 9 months? Like I hadn't even become a mum yet, and I'm already like struggling. Like you're fighting for your life for 9 months straight. And I had hyperemesis from I was about 6 weeks in till the minute they pulled her out. I threw up literally right before they pulled her out.
Fuck.
Like right into the end. Every single day, multiple times a day, like hundreds of times. Like
That's crazy.
it's wild.
That's crazy.
It's wild. I don't think anyone can really like explain that feeling.
Yeah, that is crazy too because before you spoke about it in the video, I'd never heard of it.
Most people haven't.
And that
I didn't even know about it.
Yeah, that shows like, because I was researching it too, like I got some stats that I want to read for people to understand.
Yeah.
Like it affects 1 to 3% of like pregnancies, but that's like people that's like actually been reported because most of it is dismissed as like typical
Most
morning
people don't
sickness.
even know they have hyperemesis.
You know, they just think it's morning sickness,
Yeah.
and it's like, but it's actually not because it's actually way worse. You know,
Way
like
worse.
there was a stats like 1 in 10 considered terminating the pregnancy.
Yeah, 100%.
Because of
I
it?
was one of those 1 in 10. 100%. 100. It's such a touchy subject because like, oh, sorry.
No,
It's such a touchy subject because the conversation of abortion and like pregnancy and kids is such a touchy thing. But I think you need to remember that there are women behind these pregnancies. Like, yes, there's a baby in there, but I'm a woman. Like, I am a person myself. And you genuinely feel like you are dying. Like, from the minute it starts, it does not stop. And you don't know when it's going to stop. You don't know if it's going to stop. You don't know what it's going to be like. You can't leave the house because I'd throw up everywhere. Like, I literally would leave. I remember going to Brent Cross and I'd throw up everywhere in Brent Cross. It's embarrassing. Like, you just don't like it. And then you consider it, especially like I hadn't planned to have a kid. So for me, it was like the decision to go down that route seemed a little bit easier for me because I wasn't planning on having a kid to begin with. It would have seemed like an easier route to like choose not to go through with it. I think when I saw her heartbeat, I was like, okay, I'm like pretty solid. And I knew she was a girl in my heart, and I just knew I needed my daughter. It was it just happened. But I completely understand why people choose not to go through. In that comment section, the amount of women that said that they just couldn't do it, I honestly, that I hear it.
I understand, yeah.
And not that you ever should have to like justify why you don't want to keep a pregnancy, but
100%. And I think like, honestly, I think that's why I wanted to focus on. I wanted to go more into depth because like seeing the comments on that kind of comment section and seeing how vulnerable and real those people got in just like a public comment section just shows to me that this issue, is felt by a whole lot of women, just not talked about.
No, at all.
And like it needs more attention. And I know that you're doing things to kind of like bring the attention to it too.
Trying.
Yeah, but I think it's so important, and I want to do mine kind of a little bit as I can. So I want to get into a little bit more about it. Like you know, we don't know. You mentioned like they don't really know how to like get solutions.
No, there's no cure. There's no
maybe
like
if
fix.
we kind of talked about your experience, and people will know if they're feeling it too.
Yeah.
You know, so that they have more aware. Okay, this is not just one. This is actually this thing that I heard about. So like, talking about when did you know? Like, when did it start? When did you know something was wrong?
I had just eaten some Jamaican food. That was what
Rice and
kickstarted
peas?
it. It was literally rice and peas,
peas.
plantain. I actually say plantain, so don't check me for that.
It's fine.
But
I'll just bleep it out.
yeah, like don't tell him. I had curry goat, all of it, like a whole big plate of it, and I was like, this is about to be delicious. Like I was like 6 weeks pregnant, ate it, and I started to feel lightheaded, and I was like, okay, like this feels a bit weird, but maybe it's just because I'm pregnant. Like I heard morning sickness is a thing, so initially your first instinct is, okay, it's morning sickness. They speak about that all the time. Everyone speaks about it. Everyone and their mum has morning sickness, so it's just morning sickness. It's fine. And then I threw up, didn't feel any better after it. And I was like, okay, this is a bit weird. And then that whole day it just continued. From that day, Jeff, I kid you not, it did not stop until I gave birth. Genuinely.
Every day?
Every single day. In the morning alone, I'd wake up out of my sleep to throw up. From the morning alone, I think I'd throw up like at least 5 to 10 times.
Oh God, I hate throwing
afternoon,
up too.
it's
like,
so bad.
It's like the worst.
And it's worse when you have a baby because your body's trying to go like that, but their head and their body's there, and it's bad. It's bad. And then the afternoon, I would throw up another like 20, 30 times. Like literally just nothing. I couldn't leave the toilet. Like I literally was just sat on the floor crying. Like you're shaking, you're sweating. Like it's horrible. And then it just continues. And I think when I first went to one of my midwife appointments, I was like, guys, like I'm throwing up a lot. Like I feel really, really sick. Like something's wrong. And they were like, oh, it's morning sickness. It's morning sickness. You're fine. Like it's morning sickness. Brushed off so many times. And you go to the midwife like not really regularly, but like regular enough throughout your pregnancy. And I always voice it like, guys, I think something's really wrong. Like I can't. Like I keep throwing up. So I went to the GP. And I was like, something's wrong, like I can't, like I have to keep getting IV drips, like I can't get into work, like my work aren't letting me work from home, like I don't know what I can do, I'm losing money now, like I can't afford this right now, I'm about to have a baby, like I can't afford this right now. And she sat down and she was like, you have hyperemesis. And I was like, what was that?
How long into it happening did she
I
start?
think I was like 5 months pregnant, 4 or 5 months pregnant at that point, where I finally got told like,
So like
hey, this
months
is
afterwards.
months. And bearing in mind, there's 30 days in a month. Throwing up 30 days
Yeah, back to back before they can even.
for 4 or 5 months, like you feel like you're going insane. I thought I was having a miscarriage. I thought like my body was rejecting the baby. I thought just so many things you think. And when I kept looking back, I was like, did I do something to make it start? Like maybe if I hadn't eaten that meal that day, but the truth is it was going to happen regardless of what I ate. But you try to find answers because no one has answers for you. No one can tell you what it is. No one can tell you what's wrong. And when she said it to me and she was like, you have hyperemesis, I was like, what is that? Like, tell me. Like my sister, she had hyperemesis. She didn't even know she had hyperemesis. It was only when I had it, like I spoke about it and she was like, oh my God, I had that. My mum had it. She didn't even know that she had it. And just from me doing the research into like what it actually is, everyone around me was like, oh my God, I think I have it. I think I had it. Like,
that's so mad.
It's crazy. It's crazy because you just can't, like, they speak about morning sickness so much. I don't know why they speak about morning sickness so much, but not hyperemesis. That to me doesn't make sense. It's like speaking about like a cut instead of like a stab.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like, why are we speaking about the cut? Like, speaking about the stab wound, you know? Yeah. But I think it's the same thing. So many women don't know they have it. And then when she told me I had it and she told me what it was and she was like, okay, these are the 5 types of medication, like take one of these, like, or take these 2 together, take this one together. Tried all of them, none of them worked. I thought that was like my saving grace. I remember when I took the first one and I didn't throw up for like an hour. I was like, oh my God, cried, like bawling. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I'm not throwing up. Immediately threw up. Cried more because I was like, I thought it was over. Yeah. And then it just didn't stop from then onwards. And they referred me to a hyperemesis clinic. And I think in that clinic, I don't think anything happened. I think they just keep you under that so that they know that you have hyperemesis. So they're like, if something goes wrong, like refer her to that team. But I didn't like, they gave me a leaflet maybe or something like that, but that's probably about it. Like,
damn leaflets, man. I was given leaflets.
Damn leaflet. I don't care. I used that to throw up in. I threw up in the leaflet, okay? That's what I did. Honestly, like there's just no support. I didn't even know it was a thing and most women don't. Like
honestly, I'm just stunned like by like the severity of what you went through, but also the lack of support and like the lack of information about it. Yeah. You know, you mentioned like your family having that kind of like, whoa, I had that too moment. Yeah. Where it's like, this is generations that this has been happening. Yeah. But we just like now.
Yeah. Because I can imagine if they don't speak about it now, the technology and the research that we have now, I can imagine it didn't even exist back then.
Definitely.
Like they probably were just like, you're being dramatic.
Yeah.
Like they said to me, oh, you're having a girl, so you have hyperemesis. Oh, she has lots of hair, so you have hyperemesis. I've seen some bold kids come out with, and their mom had hyperemesis the whole time. Okay, so that is not true. That is not the case. I think so many people don't know, and I think it's so important for like your people to know what it is and your partner specifically to understand what it is, because they will think that like you're gonna die at any given moment. Like that's literally what it looks like. Like it's horrible, and I think for the dads as well, I feel like you guys have to do the research into what it is if your partner has it, because as a woman you cannot explain in enough words what it feels like and how sad you feel continuously and how you have no energy. I look like a ghost, Jeff. I had like no color in my skin. I was skinny. I was losing weight during my pregnancy. I didn't gain any weight. And I remember my someone I worked with before, he was like, oh, you don't have a bump. Cried immediately. I could like, what do you mean? Like, I feel bad that I'm not able to keep anything down. Like, and I was saying, you don't see a bump. I was like 5 months pregnant, I had no bump because I couldn't keep anything in. Like, I don't know how she grew. I don't know how she came out so healthy, God willing. Like, I don't know how she came out the way she did, but I'm grateful because it doesn't make sense. You don't eat for 9 months. Yeah, how the hell do you grow a human?
Crazy. That's kind of crazy.
That's wild.
Like the amount of pain that you have to go through to even do that. Like,
and that's before birth.
Like I can imagine the mental aspect, like physically, obviously, yes, but like the mental and emotional. You're talking about all these times that you just have to break down because it's just like up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down.
I cried for 9 months straight. Truly cried for 9 months straight. It was horrible. Every single day it was horrible because I knew what was gonna come. And you get to a point where you've been throwing up for so long that you're just like, yeah, I'm just gonna sit here. Like I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna leave the house. I'll just sit here by the toilet all day. Yeah. Like. Yeah. It gets to you.
What was the reaction of the medical? Like, I want to speak about that too. Like, with the fact that they had no idea. Yeah. What was like? Did you feel like it was just like willfully ignorant? Like they're just being like, oh, we just don't know. And like you were like, by the way, no, this is a thing. Yeah. That period of time where you're like, no, this isn't morning sickness. Yeah. This is nothing more. How did you feel when they just kept telling you it was morning sickness?
It was heartbreaking because I already thought that I was crazy. Like I already thought that maybe like I'm just really having really bad morning sickness, and like maybe I'm just being a bit dramatic with it. Maybe I'm just like leaning into it. Maybe I'm processing my mind that it's going to happen, so now it's my fault because I'm making it happen. Like you just question so many things internally before you go external to like, hey, no, these people are actually not like, they don't know what they're talking about. And I think so many midwives, they just jump to like, okay, you have morning sickness, like you're fine, like take a couple pills, you'll be fine. Eat some bread. Number one thing I heard, eat them damn crackers. I swear, if someone tells me to eat another cracker, I'll lose my mind. I remember when I went in there, like, have you had ginger biscuits? I was like, sorry? Say that again. Ginger what?
Ginger biscuits.
Ginger biscuits to cure me. Like, that's why they advocate that. They're like, eat ginger biscuits. If you read those comments, everyone got offered ginger biscuits.
That's crazy.
I swear, like, yeah, ginger biscuits might work for morning sickness, but for hyperemesis, they don't work. Like, anything that works for morning sickness won't work for hyperemesis. Because it's a whole different thing. It's crazy. I feel like how so many women speak about it and, like, come to you and tell you, like, I went from a GP. The GP said I had hyperemesis, not the midwives. None of them said anything about it. And when I came back to them, I was like, my GP has said I have hyperemesis. And they were like, oh, yeah, maybe.
They didn't even consider it. Like, it's like two options, man. Like,
literally, if someone says they can't keep water down, and your option, they were telling me, oh, just drink warm water then. I just told you I can't keep water down. Like, I can't get it in my body. Like, I literally smell the water gone immediately. Like, it's crazy to me. And they're just so, like, blasé about it. They're like, yeah, hyperemesis, it's fine. Like, you're a little bit sick. Like, no. I genuinely thought I was dying.
Was it helpful then that your family understood? Like, at least? Because they're like, how did you get through it? That's what I'm thinking. Like,
the thing is that me and my family, while I was pregnant, we weren't on the best of terms. So towards the end we were, of course, but I think at the beginning, like, there were so many things going on, and I didn't actually speak about my hyperemesis. I remember once I passed out on the floor, my mom came in, my sister was there, and they were like, okay, like, you're really, like, something's wrong. But after that, I didn't really speak about my hyperemesis until, like, near the end. And even when you're pregnant and you're still throwing up, people are like, oh yes, you're pregnant, so you're sick. Everyone just correlates pregnancy and sickness and think that that's, like, normal. And it was only after I gave birth to her and I actually started, like, reading up on hyperemesis, I started speaking about hyperemesis, that now they're like, oh my God, like, that must have been horrible. And I was like, it was horrible. I was
trying to tell you, man.
I was crying and no one was listening. But everyone just thinks pregnancy and sickness go hand in hand, and it's like, no, there's a line that is no longer okay. It's no longer just sickness. It's now, like, terminal. Like, that shit is crazy. I just can't. Even thinking about it makes me feel sick. I can't eat certain things. You have so many food aversions after you have the baby, because obviously everything reminds you of that time. Like, I don't want to say words like milk and stuff. I throw up everything. I can tell you exactly what everything feels like throwing up, like any food in the world right now. I can tell you what it feels like coming back up, because that is how much you throw up. You remember it. You remember each feeling. You remember each smell. Like, it just starts you off in motherhood on the wrong foot, and it's just not nice. And I don't know why there isn't more research and understanding into it, because it's horrible. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. And I have some enemies. I wouldn't wish it on them, I swear.
Not even them.
Not even them. Like, maybe one.
I mean, I haven't gone through it. I know you're talking about how there's lack of research on it. Yeah. So, like, young mothers are, like, you know, listening to you, and, like, you know, what advice would you give? What advice do you give to people going through it?
With
like,
hyperemesis?
How do you, like, get through it with all this, like, lack of support?
I can't give advice on that. I don't think I'm even educated to give advice on that, because I barely got through it. Like, that's just me being very honest. Like, I can't sit here and be like, yeah, just do this and you'll be fine. Like, there was nothing that helped me. There was nothing that saved me. I just had to firm it for 9 months, like, which is not a normal thing to do. And the only way that I can actually tell you guys, like, do this and you might feel a bit better, is if the research and if the funding gets put into the research in order for them to find something for me to then come and tell you guys, like, do this, because there is nothing. Hyperemesis, there is nothing in this world that will make you feel better, unfortunately. And it's such a hard pill to swallow, but it just is what it is. Like, I don't want to sit here and lie to people and give them fake hope. Like, oh yeah, it gets better around 6 months. Like, no, it didn't. Not until the end. It really didn't. But everyone's hyperemesis is different. Some people have it for, like, the first 6 months. Some people have it to the end. Some people only have it for, like, 3 weeks. Like, I can't tell you when it's going to end, and I can't tell you how it's going to start. But, like, you're just going to have to go through it. That's it. Rest. Like, and that's why I feel like so many employers need to have way more support for their hyperemesis staff, because during that time you should not be working. Like, it is impossible to do your job with hyperemesis, truly. And no one does anything. No one cares.
100%.
No one cares.
Yeah, but I think the best, like, if you could say that, like, the most helpful for you going through it is that now you have the language to describe it to people.
Yeah.
And like 100k people have seen that video you make, so that at least makes them realize, wait a minute, this is a morning sickness.
Yeah,
so
this
when they
is
go to the
serious.
midwife, like, no. Nia told me.
I've had women text me and be like, oh my God, I went to my midwife and told them and they said yes and they gave me medication. I'm like,
yeah, that's like, you know,
oh God, thank you.
that's like super important.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't think you understand how important that is. Like, you've been through it, so you understand it more than I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you understand, like,
I
honestly.
wish I saw TikToks about hyperemesis when I had it. I thought I was going crazy. Like, I genuinely thought I was going crazy. But
Yeah, no, I think it's important, like, to speak about these things so that people can have some understanding around it to actually help support. And like, I hope the things you're doing behind the scenes to kind of like bring more attention to it.
Yeah.
God willing, they'll come to pass because it's like seriously needed. Like, even hearing about it, I still kind of like can't get my head around it.
Yeah.
One thing I did want to speak about too before we close up was the idea that I think we were talking about last time, how like you know, even today, how there's this process of you growing up, but also like, you know, having to stop that growth in order to help someone else grow up, almost, you know, that kind of girlhood interrupted, wink, wink.
Clock that.
Cause it clocked that.
Clock that.
Clock that. Did you feel like you had to grow up too quickly, or did you kind of take on that responsibility? How was it for you? Or how did you kind of balance it in your mind?
I feel like it was both. I feel like I was already more mentally mature, like wiser beyond my years. I feel like in myself always, like, yeah, I'm 22, but when people speak to me, they think I'm like 30. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like my mindset has always been a bit more mature, but I feel like you don't realize that your girlhood has been interrupted until like you look back and you're like, oh wait, I could have gone out. Oh wait, I could have done that. Like, oh wait, my friends are going on holiday, I can't go. Like, I have a kid. Like, you don't realize it until you start seeing the things that you're missing out on. And I think having to accept that, like, no, this is the chapter that I'm in my life right now. Like, yes, it's temporary. They're only young for so long. Like, I'm only tied to the house for the first 3 years, and then they go to school, and then you have a bit more freedom. But my girlhood, yeah, definitely got stopped in its tracks for sure. I mean, I was only 20, just came into it. I was like, yeah, guys, party,
Let's
let's
go.
go. Pregnancy. And not even just pregnancy, hard pregnancy, hard birth, hard postpartum. So like 2 years out of my life have just been like surviving, truly, like just surviving. And I think it's hard as a young mum, like, to just accept that you're no longer a kid anymore. Like, you don't get to prioritize yourself first. Like, I try to when I can, like when she's not with me, she's with my mum, like I try to make sure I do things for me and like that make me feel good. But it's never the same. It's never the same. And that's not even like a truly sad thing, but just like a little bit.
Yeah, it's
like
like a
sometimes
reality.
I miss it.
Yeah, no. I think also there's an aspect of like growing up too young. I can relate to that, you know, deeply about how, especially from kind of the background I'm from, you know, you have to fill a role in the family. They're always lacked, you know. Yeah. And so it's like, when you have to do that, you kind of put things aside too quickly. Yeah. So, no, that's fine. That's not for me. Like, you know, my friends going out and do that. It's fine. That's not for me. Yeah. I have this responsibility, but you kind of miss it when you get a bit older and you're allowed to miss it, you know.
I think especially because I was obviously raised by a single mum as well. I was her partner. Like, I grew up faster because she would come to me with her things. We would speak about things because I was just always very emotionally aware of things. And I think she'd come to me a lot with like every problem and everything that she was feeling. So I wasn't a child for that long. Do you know what I mean? Like, by my teen years, I didn't want to do all the things that teenagers were doing. Like, I was cool just like working. Like, from I was 16, I worked onwards, and I went out and had fun, like, occasionally, but I was so focused on my career that when I stepped into recruitment at 19, I was like, yeah, this is it. And I just banged it out. I'd work from like 8 a.m. to like 8 p.m. Like, I would just bang it out because that's all I wanted to do was just earn money, be good, like, do you know what I mean, live life. And it got stopped. And now I'm trying to come to terms with the fact that like life has slowed down a bit. My career isn't at the forefront of my mind, like raising my daughter and making sure that she's good and she's got the right foot to start off life in. Like, that is where my mind is. And I can always pick it up after. Like, it may be interrupted, but it's not paused. Wait, no, wrong. It's not interrupted, but it's not stopped. It's interrupted, but it's not stopped.
No, but I think you're right. I think that realization, that kind of thinking on it is so like mature, but also just kind of realistic too. It's like that understanding, like you can grieve it too, but you can also kind of step up. Yeah, you've kind of definitely stepped up in your own mind. You know, it's like, yeah, this thing is happening now, but you know, there's a responsibility that I feel that's like, you know, more real than, you know, because like honestly, like we look around, like most people just like lost and, you know, purposeless and like, you know, so it's like you at least have that purpose. With,
you have
know.
something to work, like something to work for.
Yeah.
Like she is the reason I do everything in life. Like she is everything to me. So I will always make sure that she has everything that she needs, regardless of whether or not I'm good. Like she will always be good.
Yeah, it's
100%.
amazing too to hear your story. You went from like, you know, like hospital beds to now you're like on a cover, like you know, I've seen the pictures. You're like, you know, photo shoots of you and Iris. Beautiful. It's like
crazy.
What does it feel like for you? That's what I want to ask you. What's it feel like for you? Does it feel real? To look around you, like literally your life right now in this moment.
Sometimes I pinch myself and I'm like, what the hell is happening?
You're talking about just like the hyperemesis and like how tough that was for you. Those low moments, and now look, you know, that must be a crazy experience.
It's crazy. Sometimes I look around and I'm like, how did we get here? Like sometimes I'm like, if I think too hard, like it might go away. Like you're constantly living on the edge. Like the home that we have, I'm like, I don't even know how we got here. I don't know how it looks the way it looks. Like I don't even know, Jeff. Sometimes I'm like, what is happening right now?
It's real, but
I look at you, I'm like,
you are
there? It's crazy. But when I look back at my postpartum self, or like my pregnant self, I just want to hug them. I'm just like, you don't even know. Like I literally sat in my bed crying, manifesting this life that I'm living now. Like I'm living in an answered prayer. And I don't even realize I'm living in an answered prayer because you're then asking for something more. Like you're then praying for more in your life and you don't realize. But I make sure I take time to be grateful and like appreciate how far I've come and how like mentally I've grown. Like I cannot believe like where I was mentally last year. Like truly, like just a whole different thing. So I'm just grateful. I'm just sitting in my gratefulness, just looking around. Like what can I do to give back? Like,
I think it's important to realize because I mean, like you're right. I'm the same way. Like I look at my life sometimes, I have to pinch myself about the fact that I've been able to do all of this. But then it's like, because I'm in it, I'm the one that's here. I don't have that time to be grateful because I'm like, actually, it can go away. So I need to like keep going.
Exactly. You got to keep maintaining. That's exactly how it feels.
You know, so it's like that kind of balance and like so you need maybe you need other people to remind you, be like, by the way, like you're in it, so like enjoy it, respect it, you know. So I'll be that for you. Like what you've done, hearing your story more today has made me like even more like like honestly, like from what you've told me, the things you've experienced, on the back of that, not just you've been able to come over yourself and learn from it, but like what you've been doing for other people. I think that's the true mark of someone who's like found their purpose, or like found things that they are giving back. When you give them out to other human beings, some people you don't even know. You know, mothers in those scenarios who like really do need that kind of just to be seen. You know, that they're not just going crazy, you know, because society kind of like, you know, doesn't give that attention. But you've taken your time to give it attention, and your mother yourself. You know what I mean?
Do you know what? I think when I speak it out, I also feel it internally. So when I'm like, you guys are doing amazing, I'm like, yeah, you guys are doing amazing.
It's like you speak it to yourself.
Yeah, literally. So when I say it, I'm like, I hope they feel it because I'm starting to feel it when I'm saying it. Like that's the stuff 100%. I post. Like I don't post it if I don't feel it. Like 100%. You know. So I hope I can be that for people. People have been that for me and they don't even realize that they've been that for me. So I'm just trying to continue it. And hopefully other mums will be like, oh my God, let me continue it.
100%, so passing the torch.
I
think one thing you do really well is like you kind of like break down the myths and the lies about like motherhood, and we talk about this too. But what are some of the more myths and lies that you think that in the future you want to help kind of like break down and make people more aware?
Yeah, I would say postpartum is such a hidden mystery because during that time you're not allowed to speak. Like you're not allowed to say this is hard. You're not allowed to say the baby won't stop crying because you just need to be grateful. You're meant to be in this baby bubble of like bliss. I never had that baby bubble of bliss. Some people do. Some people really, really, really do. I never had that, and I think it's okay if you didn't have that. Like you had to just get straight into reality, and I didn't have that moment to be like, oh my God, my baby. Like no, I became a single mom 24 hours after I gave birth. I had to get into it. Like I didn't have time to just lap it all up. So I think postpartum, there are so many myths about that, and I think just motherhood in general, like this constant narrative that like you just can't speak on things because you don't want to sound ungrateful and you don't want to like upset people that can't have kids. And I fully get that, like know your audience, know who you're talking to. I wouldn't sit here and complain to someone that I know wants to have kids. I would never do that. But for us that have kids and we're living it, you need that outlet. Like I hope people come to my page and just rant and it's like, my kid is a gremlin today because they beat me up, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, mine too. Do you know what I mean? Like it's okay. Like I know you love your kids, and I don't ever want people to feel like they constantly have to repeat that they love their kids while talking about the hard parts, because you can love them and it be hard at the same time. They can go hand in hand, that's fine. Like, love her, but jeez.
She's still a gremlin.
Woo! Gremlin sometimes.
Final question.
Go.
What hope do you have for the future? In 3 levels. First, obviously, as a woman, for yourself, but also as a mother and as a, I say model, but I know you got other aspirations. So what aspirations do you hope for the future? What kind of like would you look forward to come in your story?
I don't know. I think for myself, I hope that I find myself within this. Like, I'm starting to learn more things about myself, but I hope I find my strength, my confidence, and like I'm able to speak up more, because even though I'm able to speak on TikTok, like when it comes to real life, I'm not as vocal as you would think. Like, I do get a bit shy, and like when I need to say something, because right is right and wrong is wrong, I don't always do it. So I hope I just grow within myself and I just accept the new reality every time it changes. I don't handle change very well, so I need to get better at that. And I think as a mom, I just hope that I keep the soft side of myself. I think when you're a single mom, you tap into your masculine energy so much that you forget that you're a woman yourself. And I just hope I keep my softness, because I'm such a loving person, but I feel like when you're a mom, it's just so stressful all the time that it's hard to get that love like portrayed in the way that you want it to be. And I hope that we're close forever, because that's like my bestie. And then as a model, I'm not for air quotes, you know, as like career side of things, I hope that I just grow into something and I find my purpose and I find like what makes me happy. And if it makes me money, great, hopefully, bills to pay. But I just hope I find like what makes me happy, truly, entirely. That's what I want.
I think it's amazing. Like, honestly, like as a friend, I've seen you grow so much. As a woman, I've seen you grow so much.
And I was a kid when I met you.
Literally.
That sounds creepy. He was a kid too, guys. We were both teenagers. Like, we were both teenagers.
Literally. But yeah, I've seen you grow so much, and like to see you as a mother,
I know,
it's crazy.
It's wild.
But I see that you're always meant for that. Like, I remember we used to talk about that. Like, we used to talk about you looking after your like your nieces and stuff
Always
like that.
had them.
You know, and it's like literally you always just had that side of you, and so to see now manifested you as a mother is incredible.
Yeah.
And then even career-wise, like we spoke about it before we started.
Yeah.
And I've said it, like giving you the flowers many times, like to see you lock in on that level, to turn your attention, to be like, you know, well, I am scared, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
It's just been,
Literally.
you've blossomed so much, and I look forward to whatever you do next, whatever that
Wink,
may
wink.
be. Wink, wink. Yeah, no, I think you have a voice which is important. You have a voice which is like genuine and honest and real, and you have a way to deliver it, and you're living the life. You know, I think people like that go far. Like, there's no hook. What's going to stop you? You know, God will make sure that you go where you need to go, because you need it. You know, I think that's so important. And thank you for what you're doing. Keep going. And shout out to you. Shout out to Aria.
I know she's going to wake up soon as well.
Literally. She's going to come stomp and start taking her thing away.
Dash over everywhere.
She's like, no,
She's changed a lot since the last time you heard her as well.
Really?
Yeah, she's
I have
great.
seen her. I've seen her on the TikTok. She's like so much.
The attitude.
I've seen her with a little push-to, just like dashing.
Everyone loves that video.
It's so cool.
This girl.
And she's just like, the toy, she's just like hanging by the leg.
There was so many, but she dashed over the balcony. I just couldn't put it in, she didn't have a top on. I was like, bro.
She's like, I don't want
honestly,
this. Like,
it's crazy. But no, I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful that you still want to come and talk to me.
Always.
I'm very grateful that you give me this platform, and I think what you're doing is amazing. And I feel like you're giving so many people voices. Like, you've inspired me to start doing more, and I owe that to you, truly, like wholeheartedly.
Well, shout out to you. Thank you for doing this.
Thanks
you for your time
having
today.
me.
I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you guys for watching. As always, it's been a pleasure.
It has.
Until the next time, peace.
Bye.